The TBR is getting crazy. The TBR is getting crazy. Send help. Hey, 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 I'm Shay and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, it's a haul. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 books. So the book outlet was having a sale, and this is everything I got. I got some historical fiction, I got some romance. You know, if I don't get nothing else, I'm gonna have some romance. We got some things. Okay, we got some things. So let's get into it and see what we got. Let me know if y'all read any of this also. And yeah, if it's any that you like, girl, read that one first. Let me know. So before I hop into it, I'm gonna let y'all know a little bit about me because I just hopped on this channel and just started making book content, and I didn't tell y'all nothing about me for real. I love romance, but I'm also a mood reader, so I like to jump from genre to genre. It just depends on the mood. But one of the things that I do not like is books, well, that I don't care for, is books that I feel like is glorifying sin. And you might be like, what are you talking about? Or what is that? Is that spice? For me, it's not necessarily spice, but it's any sin that's being glorified. So if it make it seem like killing, stealing, robbing, or sex, if it make it seem like that is like the missing piece to the puzzle, and that lifestyle is the good lifestyle, the great lifestyle, if the sex is the hyper focus of the book, I don't want none of it. I don't want none of it. But I don't mind spice being in a book. We're adults. And in adult relationships, then that happen. And sometimes in adult relationships that happen before people get married, because we're human and we're flawed individuals. So my rule that I stick by is, if it's not something that I would really watch and be entertained by it, I'm not reading it. So I'm just not the girl that's going to be recommending the books that glorify those things. So sex might be in there, but the sex won't be the focal point. The connection will, or the healing, or whatever it is. It won't be like that is the thing that brought them together, or that is the thing that is just so magnetic, or whatever. So I say all that to say I do a little bit of research anytime I go into getting a book, and I try to look at what the reviews are saying, what people are saying about the book. I look and read a little bit about the book or about the author and things of that nature. So first up, I got these 4 books right here by Jasmine Guillory. I haven't read any of her books yet, and when I looked on Fable, all of these books said they contain some spice. So, according to Fable, some spice might be like closed door, or very low spice, or whatever. So I have the wedding date. I have the wedding party, party of two, and the royal holiday. Now, because of these titles, I think this might be a series. I'm not sure. I just knew that I saw someone in a Facebook group I'm in recommend Jasmine Guillory's catalog, said that they enjoy everything that she has written. So when I saw that they had her books, then I wanted to get them so I can add them to my collection and read them as well. On the back of this one, it says a chance meeting with a handsome stranger turns into a whirlwind affair that gets everyone talking. The wedding party says the new exhilarating romance from the writer acclaimed as one of the most exciting rom-coms authors out there. Maddie and Theo have 2 things in common. Alexa is their best friend, and they hate each other. And then the wedding date. Yes, it says, I vow to take thee as my date, to pretend to have and to hold, from rehearsal dinner to reception end to Sunday do us part. So I'm guessing this one's going to have like some fake dating in here. I love fake dating. But yeah, I'm excited to jump into those. Next, right here, I have Cover Story, and this is by Marie McFarlane, I think. It says 2 office rivals, 1 secret mission. Now all they need is the perfect cover story. Okay, then I have Summer Romance, and this is by Annabelle Monogam. So I got this because I've heard so much about the book called Nora Goes Off Script. I haven't read it yet, but I saw that this was the same author, and Abby Jimenez commented on this and said a bingeable 5-star read. And I love Abby Jimenez books, so that was enough to make me get this book. Plus, it just said summer romance. It's summertime, and I was like, why not add it to the collection? Now, this one right here is called One Summer in Savannah. I'm interested in this because it takes place in Savannah, Georgia. I used to live near Savannah, Georgia. And I've went to Savannah, Georgia multiple times. So I just feel like reading this would be cool. It's always cool reading a book that take place in a location that you're familiar with because you get all the references. But it says, can you ever truly forgive if you can't forget? So up next is The Enchanted Hacienda. So it says one woman learns the power of her own gifts in this magical tale of love, family, and self-discovery. Now, honestly, y'all, when I read a little bit about this book, it gave me Encanto vibes. And Encanto is like one of my favorite Disney movies, if not my favorite. Okay. First of all, can we get into the soundtrack? Bob after Bob after Bob after Bob after Bob after Bob after Bob. I love Encanto. But anyway, so that is what it put me in the mind of. So it's a girl named Harlow, and she gets fired abruptly from her dream job, and her boyfriend proves to be a jerk. So she leaves New York City and goes back to the only place that she can call home, which is the Enchanted Hacienda, her family farm in Mexico. So it said that her family farm houses an abundance of charmed flowers cultivated by Harlow's mother, sisters, aunt, and cousins. By harnessing the magic in these flowers, they can heal hearts, erase memories, interpret dreams, but not Harlow. So when her mother and aunt give her a special task involving the family's magic, she panics. How can she rise to the occasion when she is magicless? But maybe it's not magic she's missing, but belief in herself. When she finally embraces her unique gifts and opens her heart to a handsome stranger, she discovers she's far more powerful than she imagined. Does that not give Encanto vibes? Does it not? So I'm excited. Okay, then up next we have A Wedding in the Low Country. And this, y'all, I honestly think that this might be a series. I honestly think it might be a series. On the back it says, don't miss a low country bride, a sweet low country proposal. And this is a low country wedding. A wedding in the low country. Is this book 3 of a series? This takes place in Charleston, which is cool. Another place that I'm very familiar with. Well, a place that I've been to. I ain't gonna say very familiar with, but a place that I have been to, so that'll be cool. But I'm not sure if this is a series. It seemed like it might be like in the world, like they might share the same world, but each book is it might be a series, but each book is like you can read it as a standalone. That's what it's given. So I'm excited because I did not realize that this was taking place in Charleston. And look at the cover. That's so cute. So yeah, it's a low country bride, a sweet low country proposal, and then a wedding in the low country. And this is going to be a friends to lovers story about courage to fall in love again. Okay, this one is called The Rewrite. I have no idea what this is about, y'all. Only thing I saw was that the cover was so cute. And on the front, it says 2 exes, 1 deadline. So I figured that it's going to be 2 exes working together for something. And the romance is going to spark. Female, her name is Timmy. And the guy name is Wale. And they used to date, but they broke up. When they broke up, he went on a reality TV show or a dating show. Yeah, he went on a reality dating show, and she just threw herself into work. So she's been trying to get like her big break, but the publishers keep passing on her novels. So she gets this opportunity to ghostwrite a celebrity memoir, and she accepted. And guess who the celebrity is? Her ex. So it says, will Timmy and Wale repeat the patterns of their past, or can they write a whole new story? Interesting, right? Interesting. Okay, up next, I have Must Love Books. And I have Only Because It's You. On the back, it says sometimes you need to take a leap of faith to land exactly where you're meant to be. That's all I read before I decided I was going to purchase this book. I saw the cover. I saw the cover. I saw what it said on the back, and I said, I'm interested. Okay, up next is Camilla's Roses. Okay, this one is called We Are Not Like Them. This is about the friendship of two women, a black woman, a white woman, and then something tragic happens that affects both of them, I'm guessing. But we get to see, I guess, how it's affected them or what happens from each one of their point of view. So it's a dual point of view story. It's about these women friendship and one being a black woman, one being a white woman. So I was interested in this. At the top, we have Terry McMillan, where she said, now these women, they can write. Okay, then we have The Wilderness. I have been seeing this all over Bookstagram. I mean, all over Bookstagram. From what I've been seeing, that this is a book about like women and their friendship. We get to see a friend group of women move through the wilderness. Okay, then up next is The Filling Station by Vanessa Miller. But I've read two books by Vanessa Miller and I enjoyed them so much. And then I wanted to read this book. This book has been on my TBR for a while and I just haven't started reading it. But when I saw that was a part of the sale, I was like, oh, I got to get that. I got to have that. So this book takes place in Tulsa, Oklahoma. And Tulsa, Oklahoma is where we had the Black Wall Street. That's where there was the Tulsa Race Massacre. And this book right here takes place around that. So I feel like this would definitely be an interesting read. It's based on true historical events. And then last but definitely not least, we have The House of Eve by Sadiqa Johnson. Y'all, believe it or not, this will be the first book that I ever read by Sadiqa Johnson. I have never seen nobody say nothing bad about a Sadiqa Johnson book. Never, ever, 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 ever. Anytime I see people talking about a Sadiqa Johnson book, they are telling people, if you have not read it, run. Go, run, and get you a Sadiqa Johnson book and read it now. So, I'm excited to read this one. It says that this is a beautiful and redemptive novel that explores what it means to be a woman and a mother and how much one is willing to sacrifice to achieve her greatest goal. That is the last one I got. And don't forget to let me know if you have read any of the books, or if you have read them, then let me know about it in the comments. What do you think about it? Which one should I read first? As always, make sure you subscribe if you have not already done so. Like this video, hype this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.